Greetings. Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome to today's message. We are starting a new series called Knowing God's Will and Following His Plan. In this first part one, I'm calling it Still on Plan A, trusting God's purpose for your life. If you've ever wondered whether you've fallen off course in life, I've got some good news for you. You are still on God's plan A for your life. That's right. No matter where you've been or what's happened to you, God's original dream for you has not changed. We go through different episodes in our life. We feel as though, oh my gosh, we've done this, we've done that. The things that we believe in God for, the things that God has shown us, it's not going to come to pass. You know, I know life can sometimes feel like it's gone off track. Maybe you've made some mistakes, taken a few wrong turns, or feel other people have knocked you off of your course. But let me remind you of a powerful truth today. Now, y'all already know what my favorite scripture is. It comes straight from Romans 8:28, but I'm going to give you the New Living Translation version. We know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. You see, this verse, it's a game changer. It reminds us that God does not have a plan B for your life. You are still on his plan A. He doesn't have a plan C, D, F, G, Q. He has one plan, and that's plan A. It may take a little while for you to get through plan A, or it may not take a little while, but you are still on his plan A. No matter what's happened, no matter what you've been through, no matter what mistakes you've made, you can still fulfill God's dream for your life. God isn't surprised by our past, our bad decisions, because I've made plenty of them, or the challenges we face. In fact, he uses them to shape us, refine us, and bring us closer to his purpose. Let me ask you, have you thought I've messed up too much? So God's done with me. Maybe you feel like you're not worthy of dreaming big anymore. Let me tell you something, that's a lie. You don't have to live under the weight of that false belief any longer. God is bigger than your mistakes, bigger than your setbacks, and he still has a plan for you. Here's the truth that will set you free. Even your mistakes are part of God's plan. Let's go to another scripture, another powerful and one of my favorite scriptures, Jeremiah 29:11. You already knew I was going to say it. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. God has already mapped out your future. He knew everything that would happen to you before it happened. So when you feel like your life is shattered, like the pieces can't be put back together, remember, God's still holding those pieces and he knows exactly how to fit them together. Romans 8:28 reminds us that even when things go wrong, God can still make it work for our good. But then we see in Isaiah 61:3, we see a promise that God gives beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. He specializes in turning things around and taking what's broken and making it. He's still waiting to give you the dream he's had for you. And when you surrender your life fully to him, then that's when everything begins to fall in its little old place. Let me give you one more scripture to stand on. Philippians 1:6. Our apostle Paul says, and I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it's finally finished on the day when Jesus Christ returns. This means that the word God started in you isn't over. The work that God started in you isn't over. It doesn't matter what detours you've taken. God is still committed to bringing his purpose for your life to completion. God is a God that does not lie. So today I want to encourage you. Let go of the past mistakes. Stop believing the lie that your dream is over. Remember Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding in all your ways. Submit to him and do what? He will make your path straight. You may have wanted to grow up and be this big person and do all these different things, but you dropped out of school, you maybe had kids early, whatever that is, it don't matter. God's plan's still going to come to pass. You may have 5 kids outside of a marriage, but God is still going to bring you a husband. You may have all of these ex-wives or whatever, but God is still going to put you with your kingdom ordained spouse. God has not given up on you, my friends. He's still working, and his plan for your life is still unfolding, even right now. Think about this. If every time we went to God and say, God, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, do you think that we would stand, worship God, pray, do all these different things if we just go to God and he just bam, bam, bam? He wants to take us through a process. Again, God has not given up on you. He's still working, and his plan for your life is still unfolding. Trust him. His dream for you is so much bigger than you can imagine. And no matter what you've been through, you are still on his plan A. Ain't no B, ain't no D, ain't no Q. You are on God's original plan. Scripture says, in his timing, he will make it happen. So thank you all for tuning into part 1. Still on plan A, trusting God's purpose for your life. If this message spoke to you, don't forget to like, comment, and even subscribe for more videos that come from my channel. Remember, my friends, you are loved, you are chosen, and you are still on God's plan for your life. Until next time, come back and hear part 2 of Knowing God's Will and Following His Plan series.